Greetings from Cybertron. This is Soundjack here with a review of the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class Autobot Tesla and Brainstorm. So, these figures are part of the Titans Return toy line, which means that every head of every deluxe or larger figure will turn into an individual robot. And in this case, it's Autobot Tesla. So let's look at him first. You can see his face. There's a little bit of, I can't really say what color that is. Is that supposed to be gold? Is that supposed to be a yellow? Is that supposed to be a brown? Whatever it is, that's, the face is painted. A little bit of some of the visor's painted. It looks a little uneven, not entirely complete, and that's about all the paint there is to him. Just some detailing on the chest and the legs and the arms. His back is Brainstorm's head, as you can see right there, and it looks pretty nice. It's a little hard to see the blue in the eyes, and that's the same color as Tesla's face. I'm not sure what to call that color still, though. Articulation, there's a ball joint in his head. His arms can go out that far, and they can move out a little bit, and his legs can bend forward and back like that, and his knees are able to bend forward and back like that. And to transform him into the head mode, all you have to do is bend him in half like that to get him into the head mode. But now let's look at how he works with the rest of Brainstorm. So bringing in Brainstorm, you can see he's a Cybertronian fighter jet type of thing, kind of with a convertible kind of top going on there, because he's a retool of Brainstorm. Not a retool of Brainstorm, a retool of the Titans Return Blur mold. This version was exclusive to Walgreens. Well, there's a different version, just mainly in different colors and whatnot. Released as part of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set, but this is the Walgreens one with the specifically with this kind of bluish green rather than the other one, which is a more bluish. So getting up front, you can see the detail on the front weapon bits, the little wing details there. Coming up the cockpit, you got a little vents kind of going on there, I guess. Again, the cockpit, it's a translucent yellow type of plastic. Some nice details on the wings with some Autobot stickers going on. Some detail on this fin here, and a little bit of detail going on in the back. Some thrusters going on, and just the knees. Underneath is a little more noticeable. It's a robot. You got some visible fists going on. It's kind of bits and pieces more so. You can see the arms right here, and if you know these are feet, you can tell this is going to be the leg, but it does a decent job of hiding it, especially for a jet. So how Tesla interacts with this, he can sit inside the cockpit by opening this, and if you can see right by that hole, there's a little notch at the base of the seat, at the bottom beneath the seat, which also has some detailing. I forgot to show this off. There's some nice detailing on the seat going on, and the notch that's in there that you really can't, you're not going to be able to see. If you can see right there by the edge, right there, there's a notch, and that's supposed to hold this bit in when you sit Tesla inside. So you'll put him in a seating position, and then you're supposed to get it in there, and I'm not going to be able to show this off. You got to push it in, and that'll get him in there. Sometimes a little tricky to get that, but you can get him in, and you can get him seating in Brainstorm's jet mode. Besides that, you can also take the cockpit off. I mean, not the cockpit, the nose cone off. And this will get stuck if you push it down. Yeah. Anyway, just throw them kind of back into jet mode, what's left of it. But you can take the nose cone off and you flip it upside down, and there's this skid going on that you can pull out. And Brainstorm as well comes with this weapon, which to me it looks like a null ray. It doesn't look like any other weapon besides like this null ray that comes with the Seekers. But anyway, you can sit Teslor in here flat by that same back tab going in a notch right there that goes right through. You sit them down in there. You attach this null ray onto this peg, and with this peg going into that hole, and this peg going into that hole, and you got a little weapon mount for Teslor going on here. This is probably more so for robot mode when Brainstorm's transformed, so as he has a full vehicle mode. But this is a neat seating arrangement for Teslor. You can also, if I reattach Brainstorm all together, do that. I'll get into how that works in a moment. You can also tab the blaster into these notches, into these holes on the sides of the jet mode. It won't work so well there, but you can attach them there. There's a post right there. This bit underneath is still accessible. You can tab it under there, but it's not going to be flush. He's going to tilt. He's going to tilt up a bit. But yeah, you can do that. You can tab that there, and you got all of that going on. Oh, and also I did forget to mention with Brainstorm himself, he has wheels. He's got 3 wheels going on. This is probably more so because of his Blur having wheels for his car mode. But the wheels do roll. I do have issues with this front one because it likes to get, as you can see, it likes to get out of the friction pegs that are supposed to hold it in together. It still will roll, but like if you do too much with it, it will just get stuck up there. And I have had it fall out a couple of times, so do watch that. But that means Brainstorm is another jet that is able to roll on the ground, which is quite fun. But now let's take a look at a size comparison with Brainstorm and Teslor. So here he is with Titans Return Legends class Bumblebee. You can see how they scale together. Deluxe class Chrome Dome. Brainstorm is longer by virtue of having a longer nose cone and wings going on there. Voyager class Megatron. Oops. Sorry, Teslor. I have to lift this a little bit. Brainstorm still ends up being longer than Megatron, again, because of the virtue of the nose cone and whatnot. And Leader class 6 Shot. Almost as long in this boxy-car mode of 6 shots, but still certainly much more mass. 6 Shot. And comparison with his mold mate Titans Return Blur. And you can see they got the same cockpit going on. They've got the same sides going on, though he's got some wing details going on. Though Brainstorm's got the wings going on. There's a fin going on for each of them, but they are replaced. The backs are kind of the same going on. You can see a lot of the back is pretty similar and whatnot. But you can also see a lot of where the changes have happened, especially the nose cone and these bits. I didn't have the nose cone, the front bits in the shot, but you can see that they're pretty different. All right, so that's all there is to say on the vehicle mode. So let's roll right along and get us to the robot mode. And to do that, we are going to start by pulling these sections apart and folding them out like so. You can leave the nose cone on during the entire transformation. I'm just going to move the null ray off to the side. So what's going to happen then is you're going to take the cockpit up and fold the back seat down and fold that in like so, just to get that done. I don't bump it and whatnot. Next, you're gonna come down to the bottom and you're gonna pull these sections apart like that. There are respective tabs on each side that will go into holes right there and the same on the other side for those tabs, and that's how that tabs in together. And you're gonna come back and fold this entire section down and unfurl the legs so they're like that, and then you can pull the two legs apart, and you can see this tab goes into that slot and that tab goes into that slot to hold that together. And remember, both going into and coming out of robot mode to move the fin, because I will especially going into vehicle mode, I will forget the fin is there and leave that in and then try to collapse the leg on top of it, and that could probably damage it over time, so be careful with that. So you'll fold the fin in, you'll collapse the leg, and you'll fold the foot out like so. And this, you don't have the fin, so you just collapse the leg together and fold the foot out. So there's the lower half of Brainstorm going on. Now what you're going to do here is there's a double hinge, and this entire section is going to pull out, and these two tabs will go into those two slots there to hold that in. And you're going to fold this out on this double hinge, and this front wheel will go into that hole right there, and it'll fit, so this entire backpack will fit flush against the back, well, as flush as it can go against the back of Brainstorm. And you're going to come up here, you're going to rotate the arm like so, and there's this tab that's going to go into that slot in there, and you collapse that in, fold the wing out just for silhouette. You're going to come down here and you're going to pull this front piece out. This tab goes into the bottom of the fist. Then you fold that out on a double hinge and just fold that back. Repeat that on the other side. Rotate the arm, fold the arm up, tab it into the body, fold the wing back, pull that front section out, fold it back and out of the way. And now we have a Brainstorm, but he still needs a head. So we're going to transform Tesla, as I showed before. And Tesla's head is going to go into the socket. And there you have Brainstorm in his robot mode. And the robot mode looks very good. It looks very much like Brainstorm, even with the little bits that are still blurred, like the legs, but they still did it up to make it look as much like Brainstorm as they could. So we're going to come in. You already saw the head. Pretty good detail, but there it is again. When you fold the seat down, you get a little bit of an Autobot symbol coming out through that chest. You can look at the legs. You get some sticker details going on the shins. On the shins. Coming up to the arms, you see the detail on the arms. You see there's a closed fist, but you see all the knuckle details going on there. More details along the arm. You get the under sticker, the other side of the wings that I didn't show off properly before, but you still see that, you can still see that detail, and this is where that detail is supposed to come out. You see some of the thrusters, which are not the same thrusters as the ones that were on the back, as these are the thrusters that were on the back of the vehicle mode. These are just extra thrusters, just because. So in this mode, Brainstorm is able to hold, I'm on focus, hold his null ray in his hand. Well, not his null ray, it's his weapon, not a null ray. In his hand, like so. You can also peg it into the sides, like so. He's also able to use the nose cone section that detaches in weapon mode, in robot mode. So you pull that off, and if I didn't mention it before, these tabs go into those holes there. And now, because there's this peg that sticks out, you can attach it to his forearm to make a giant shield blaster cannon. And it does look pretty good. And along with the null, not the null, his weapon. If you're a big fan of Transformers and you follow the IDW comics, you know that Brainstorm in that has cannons that go over his head like this in the design. Unfortunately, this toy is not capable of doing that because these tabs are specifically slanted downward to match the slanted downward holes. But because of these wing tips going on in this jet, you can like position, like just hold it, have the tabs hold this on there to get the right silhouette. What I do is I kind of mistransform it, and it's probably why my front wheel's a little off, and just have it sit not that far up, but like have this sit up a little bit, a bit of an angle and not completely flat against the back, so it looks a little more forward. And that's how I like to display my Brainstorm. But that's up to you if you want IDW look or not. But that is something you are capable of doing. But let's just get him back into the fault. And to get into the size comparison. So I've just realized I forgot to go over Brainstorm's articulation earlier, so let's go over it now. To start, he's got a ball joint for his head because Tesla had a ball joint for his head. So Brainstorm's head can rotate full 360. It can bob back and forth, kind of nod a bit. His shoulders, they're on a pin, so they're able to rotate a full 360. And there is also a hinge that allows his arm to go in and out, and he hits himself in the head a bit. His elbows, there is a swivel just above the elbow. His elbow can bend on a pin at a 90-degree angle. His wrist is able to rotate a full 360 degrees on a swivel right there. Whoops. His waist, I'm going to move the backpack out of the way. His waist can rotate on a swivel a full 360. His hips are on ball joints, so his legs can go forward that far, back that far, and out that far. There is also a swivel here at the thigh so that can rotate a full 360. His knees are able to bend very far. That's like what, 120 degrees? Someone do some math for that. His feet can bend if that serves any purpose to you. That's more just a transformation thing. If you want that to be foot articulation, sure. I guess the backpack articulates on that hinge, and the wings are also able to bend, so you can position them however you like. So yeah, that's the articulation. And now back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Here he is with the Legends class Bumblebee. Coming up to the waist about. Deluxe class Chrome Dome. They're about the same size up to the head, same height up to the head. Brainstorm's wings obviously being bigger, making him taller. Voyager class Megatron. Wings make Billet's wing come up to about Megatron's shoulders, but still much more size, much more bulk. shot, leader class 6 shot, and a far substantially larger. Times return blur, so as you can see, the differences between them in the robot modes. Obviously a different face going on. Just the same, forearms are the same, backs of the forearms are different cockpit backs. Different details on the shoulders because he's got these all the wings going on. Lower legs are pretty much the same except for sticker details. Yeah, that's about it with that. And here's Brainstorm with the mascots of the channel. So as you can see how he looks with them. But yeah, Brainstorm is a very nice little figure, a very good representation of the Q itself, and it's nice to have him in scale with his other Combiner Wars, not Combiner Wars, his Headmaster brothers, for the new Times Return toy line, as they did release a version of this in the Generations toy line, but at a Voyager scale. So it's nice to get him in a nice sized group all together. Very nice figure, very good retooling to make him fairly distinct from Blur and still make it like feel good. Yeah, this is a Walgreens exclusive. Pretty sure it's still available even at the time I'm going to end up posting this. So if you want one, I would say yeah, go for Brainstorm, fun science guy, crazy science guy, and all of that. So that's all I have to say on Brainstorm. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating to my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.